episode a week for the next, I don't even know how many episodes we're due to get. I do know that we're not due to get as many episodes as we did for season 1 and 2. So fewer episodes. I don't know if we get them all on the same day, whether we're going to get 3 dropped next week and then 1 a week for the next 5 weeks or whatever it works out at. That's what they did with Andor, and a darn good job too, because Andor, by the end of the 3rd episode, you were just getting into the, okay, now it's getting interesting. Up until that point, I was thinking, do I really want to waste time watching this? Because not a lot's happening. Too slow. But obviously, once it gets moving, there's things to keep you interested. And it turned out to be a very good series. But those first 3 episodes were just way too slow. So anyway, I guess we'll see what happens on Wednesday. But looking forward to that. Obviously, interesting. Wednesday is church day, but we are not certain that church is going to be happening in person because power outages. And the advantage with that is streamed church is a lot shorter because it's only pastor, it's not everybody else. And so rather than being an hour and 20 minutes, it's more 45 minutes. And we don't have to drive home afterwards. So there could be Mandalorian after church this week. If we have to go in person, then obviously we're not home till 9 o'clock, so if they do drop multiple episodes, we only get to see 1 because we're not home till 9 o'clock. Sometimes later, depends if we have to do shopping. Now, Mrs. Osa's planning on going shopping today, because as I said, we've got 2 extra mouths in the house and they eat stuff like crazy, so if nothing else, we need a few more snacks. I don't think I'm going to make another bale. Just not quite enough grass here. This thing is filthy. Yeah. I want 553 litres. I don't think I see it. So get that bit, we'll get that bit, and we'll see if we're lucky enough that that mound of grass at the entrance to the field still counts. No. Okay, turn it off, lift it up. I think it's folded. Yeah, the entrance to the field doesn't count as contract land. I think if we bought the field it would count as our land. But as I said, we're keeping this baler just because I think it's going to be useful. It's going to add to our daily costs. So one thing I didn't look at is, we've got a lot of daily costs at the moment, so I kind of want to keep them under control, but just keeping track of I would be interested to know. I'm guessing. Okay, let's try and restate this. So we leased the baler. So let's go grab the baler, and it was that one, and we leased it, and the base cost is $1,900. We pay that to get it. Per work day, we pay $1,000 or £1,000. But do we pay £1,000 per day or per game a month? Because a lot of things refactor per game month, and then it's £2,000 per hour. Now we didn't have an hour on it, so that's good. Meanwhile, we got a whole ton of bales to pick up and take somewhere. Might be a good idea to know where we're taking them. We're taking them to the biogas plant. So let's get that done. And of course, I don't know how many bales I made. Actually, I can find out how many bales I made because that's the first time we use that baler. So I'm going to jump back to it. Open the help texts. What? Holy mackerel. 73 bales on this field, plus the 3 that were unwrapped. Good grief. Okay, that's going to be 3 trips to the BGA. Woo. And of course we can't pick up the unwrapped bales because they're 180 centimetre, and you can only pick up one size of bale on the bale collector. So I think what we might do, we'll definitely I'll take 3 loads to the BGA. I don't know how many we'll get paid for. I've only done 11 so far, so time to grab some more at this end of the field, I think. Oh, we missed a stretch down here. Maybe there is a full bale on this field somehow, some way. But yeah, we'll take 3 full loads to the place. That would be 60, 72. And that will leave us a partial load. So I'll probably collect the 3 unwrapped, drop them off in the yard, then come back, collect the partial load, which will all be our bales, and then I can just be done. With the contract once the bales are cleared. So 18. Grab that. We'll start working our way back to the entrance. $20, $21, $22, $23. That one on the edge should put us at 24. Okay, trip down to the BGA. Not my favouriteest trip on the map, but it is what it is. Press the right button. Try not to press the unfold button because I really don't want to be driving down the street with this in a semi-tipped state. still, that's about an hour to mow and bale. Definitely faster than we've done before. Although before we weren't using Follow Me. But there was the whole go and do something while the Massey mows. Keep doing other things while the Massey mows, then rows. But the Massey doesn't completely row. There's huge headlands at the end of which it just doesn't touch. So I then have to come back and manually finish off the rowing, manually do the baling, and remember to unload them, and then collect up all the bales and load them into the Anderson. So that was a good 2-3 hour task. If you add in how much the worker was doing. Obviously this is me doing all of this, so it's going to be more difficult to do baling contracts this way when we get down to harvest, because obviously I need to concentrate on my harvest before I do anything with contracts. However, I can polish off a lot more contracts. We have yet to take more than 1 day in a month to harvest the fields that are ready. And I'm always setting off once we've harvested the field, I can set off a tractor to mulch and put manure down and prepare the field for the next planting. And our first harvests are a month or two before we have to think about planting. And then I can interleave field prep with contracts, and at the moment we're really looking at, there's going to be some harvest contracts. I don't need any straw though, so I don't need to worry too much about doing wheat or barley contracts to get the straw. I think we've got enough now. I've got a ton of them stacked in a shed that can be chopped for bedding, and the robot's got a ton of straw as well. Somewhere here. That one there. Okay, now I don't know if contracts fill these up. I don't think they do, but contracts really don't don't demand much product. I suppose we could pull up the screen and actually have a look. So this wants 227,900. It's saying 57. Should we find out? Let's push the button. And I am drought of drinking material. Okay, let's go. So contract 20% complete. Delivery is 58% done. So if we go back to here, we delivered 132,800. 33 bales. We did not deliver 33 bales. That's 125 centimetre bales that it's thinking we delivered. We delivered 24. It wants 24 more. It doesn't. It wants 18. I don't know. Math is hard when you're it wants 230. Yeah, probably about 15 more, and then the rest will be our income, at which point that thing's going to start filling up, and we're going to end up taking some of these bales off to the animal dealer, because that's how that happens. Anyway, no additional money yet. Let's get back to the farm and get picking up the next 24. 48, 68, 72. Yeah, three trailer loads is 72. And I think we made 79. We can't use silage, grass silage. Technically we can use grass silage, but it's only for one feeding thing, and we still have to, if we wanted to do manual feeding, we would have to come up with a whole bunch of other stuff. You can take unconditioned grass, that fills up 3 slots, and hay fills up the 4th. Or you can take conditioned grass to fill up all 4 feeding slots, which is what direct grazing is. Cows on a field that they can eat the grass of. They eat the grass, they convert it to conditioned grass as they're eating it, and it satisfies all their feed needs. Otherwise, we're using a robot which is whole crop silage, hay, straw and mineral feed. But you can either mix your own TMR, which satisfies all 4 feed bars, or you can do each one individually. But then you have to worry about the percentages, and we don't have a reservoir of food. You have to pretty much feed the cows constantly at that point. Anyway, we're almost back to the yard. Anybody behind? Nobody behind us. Mind the doits. And actually, those bales of conditioned grass we could actually do direct. I mean, it's only 22,000 litres. Maybe I think that might be worth it. Just unload those 3 bales into the cow shed and just let them have it. I think that was the right thing. Let's jump. No, it wasn't. Okay, let's go grab more bales. Change the camera angle a little. Yeah, because obviously I'm going to need to get some mineral feed anyway. We can get that delivered to the yard, but then I've got to transfer it over to the cow robot. Oops, missed. Don't run. Don't run. Gotcha. And to transfer the mineral feed over, I'm going to need a tipper, and I don't have a small tipper on the animal yard anymore. I should probably think about that. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? It's just one of those things, maybe. But I am definitely concerned with the amount of food the cows currently have and how much they eat. All right. I'm slowly working my way down the field in rows. We got 12, so we're half full. And I don't know if it saves time. I do it this way. I'll gather bales as I go to the furthest point on the field, but going between bales can be kind of a slow job. So I don't think it makes much difference between the start and the finish. It's just that next time if I gather on the way in and I gather on the way out, we're at 19, so I've got 4 more to get. 1, 2. But if I gather on the way to the exit, it's sort of a level of efficiency, I think. That one, and the last one. And I end up with no bales around the entrance to the field. But, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so another one. So we will actually get some income from this load. About 1/3 of a trailer. So whatever we get this time, we should get 3 times more next trip. And of course, these bales are all silage. So again, not something I can feed directly. Well, I can feed it directly to the cows, but I didn't stop, and maybe when we're emptying, we'll take a breather and review cow food. I'm kind of hoping once our cows get old enough, I mean, because we've now got a block of 30 cows that will be producing a ton of milk. And then the other cows, as they age out, will start producing more as well. We're just going to be overwhelmed with milk for a while. I'd like to eventually get to the point where we got about 30 cows maturing and 60 to 90 producing. That'll be scary amounts of milk and a huge income for the farm. At the moment we have 0 income for the farm from the milk. Well, we've still got 5 years worth of milk in the dairy. We're not selling milk, that's the thing. So we're just converting all the milk into butter and selling that. And as I said, we've got about 5 years worth of milk in the dairy. I could expand the dairy to level 2 dairy so it doubles its production. That might be. I'm seriously thinking that would be a good idea. We've already done that to the bread. Did I do it to the bread? I'm not even sure I did it to the bread. I did it to something. Oh no, I did actually. I did it to the dairy. So the dairy is producing twice as much butter as it normally would. And then the tomato farm is producing 3 or 4 times as much as it normally would. Okay, let's get that emptying. And Control Shift F. There we go. So cow. The base food is grass silage, maize silage, whole crop silage, concentrate feed, grass conditioned, grass fresh. So these are, if we put fresh grass in here, then 50% of the fresh grass counts towards the base food, but some is going to count elsewhere. Total mixed ration, realistic, beef, cattle. So again, the total mixed ration is just, it's TMR regardless of what you're doing, and we need 40% of our food as base food. So if you put TMR in, it's exactly what you need. If you put fresh grass in, then 50% of the fresh grass you put in, probably, but that's 50% of 40 requirement type of thing. It's math. Alfalfa hay is 100%, grass conditioned is 30, which meets the need, total mixed ration is 30. Moisture food is cut potatoes, sugar beet cut, carrots, brewer's grain, BG silage, brewer's grain silage, beet pulp silage, fresh maize, conditioned grass. Fresh grass is split out here. So fresh grass doesn't count as roughage, you have to use hay. And then all of the TMRs. Power food, the TMRs, the fresh grass, the conditioned grass, concentrate feed, beet pellets, more beet pellets, soybeans, canola, grain grist, mineral feed, blah, 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 blah. So that's all the stuff that you can use if you want to do it manually. Now you can use a TMR mixer to make TMR, so you know that the food that ends up in the trough is exactly what they need. Okay, that was 5,736, so the next load should be about 12,000, I'm guessing. Oops, that's not a good thing. Let's back off there. Oh, another one. So yeah, we'll figure out. I'm going to try and rely on the robot as much as I can, but the robot is definitely not going to be able to do 1,000 cows. And I don't think we can produce enough food for 1,000 cows. So we'll always be selling some, but I think over time the number of cows we have, the herd size will get progressively larger. Because we're not just selling old cows and replacing them, we're selling old cows and replacing them. Plus there's breeding cows. That thing would have been flat. Okay. Sure. So I might do a little bit of off camera